So guys, just got here with Scott Speed Shop, and just want to show you guys something pretty neat and pretty legendary intake 101. I present to you the quad Navarro intake. Designed and cast by Barney Navarro for land speed racing. Got 4 max wedge carburetors on it. This is not some home built job. This baby was cast and made to go fast in a straight line down Bonneville. It was once owned by Bob Mazzolini and now owned by a great friend of mine who's sitting to my left. Right there, Navarro. Very freaking cool. Max wedge port, of course. So I just got informed by the man who owns this intake that this has actually been welded together, but you can't hardly tell where the work has been done. I ain't even gonna touch it. But look at how they did the linkage there. Isn't that like a U-joint for a wrench or something? Tell you what, that's just about the damnedest coolest thing I ever did see. Real max wedge carburetors, 4 of them. And Navarro right there. Really nice scripting. Very cool. Very, very cool. Well, there's a little sneak peek at one of the rarest things here at Indy. In fact, this is the rarest thing here at Indy. 101, there'll never be another one. This is it. Thanks for watching, guys. Alrighty, fellers and not fellers. So let's get a couple facts straight on the Navarro quad max wedge intake. So after talking with my good friend who owns this intake and doing some further research, Barney Navarro is the same Navarro who's famous for casting flathead Ford speed parts. I didn't put 2 and 2 together because I'm not that smart. Barney Navarro was also, you could basically call the man a genius. He didn't do things to win or to prove he was better. He did things just because he could, and he wanted to prove to himself that he could do it, basically. The man didn't care about winning trophies, and he didn't just have his hand in speed parts. The man invented heart machines still on display in the city of Los Angeles hospital. He invented a new age concrete saw to cut concrete, which is just incredible. But the dude in hot rodding history he was just as important as any other hot rodder you can imagine as far as when it comes down to innovation. The man started casting parts, making parts at the start of hot rodding. Like I said, he was there at the Flathead Ford, and well, that's kind of the start of it. The man was just incredibly intelligent, and I learned a lot, and I can't believe I didn't know who he was. So that's why I made this video, because I feel like nobody's ever going to get the full knowledge and history of the man and how special he really was to the hot rodding world. Like, he had his hand in helping Phil Wyan start Wyan. You know, Edelbrock's biggest competition when it came down to intake manifolds next to Holly. But down to brass tacks on this intake in particular. So how Mr. Navarro created this intake was he took a stock dual quad max wedge intake. Here's a picture of one. And he cut the top off of it, you know, where the carburetors go. Cast his own new pieces and put the carburetors, you know, in line with the runners. So you got a carburetor here, 2 runners, carburetor here, 2 runners. But it's still a big shared plenum on either side, so, you know, all the pulses could be shared. And all the carburetors are 1-to-1 linkage. They all open all at once. And a lot of guys will immediately say, well, that's way too much carburetor. Well, you know, this intake was designed to go really fast in a straight line and to minimize air restrictions. Now you got, if you add this up numerically, it's 2200 CFM of carburation. So that's a lot. But Barney Navarro designed this intake to go up against the fuel injected cars at Bonneville. He wanted to prove a point. Carburetor was still relevant. It could still kick butt. Unfortunately, the car they had planned to pilot it in was either a 63 or 4 Plymouth or Dodge. It never got to make a pass. But to prove to everybody, you can look it up in Hot Rod Magazine, which don't trust everything you read online about this because there's a lot of fallacies in the articles. I just will go ahead and say the man who owns this intake is not from Michigan. He is from Missouri. Big difference. And my friend who owns it did buy it from Bob Mazzolini. But the engine with this intake did run at the Winter Nationals of 1964, I believe, and the car in 1964. And I think a 64 Plymouth went 1160s in the quarter mile. Think about that. 1964, limited tire technology and everything else, 1160s. So for anybody out there who thinks this intake wouldn't work with a crap, look it up. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this little video on the Navarro quad intake. Hope you enjoyed a little bit of history on Barney Navarro. I implore you to please go look up the man, read about him. There's so much good stuff out there about the man. Learn about him. Learn on hot rodding history. It's just as important as American history, because to me, hot rodding history is a part of American history. It's all part of it. But as always, guys, appreciate you for watching this video. Hope you stuck through it. And if you didn't, oh well. But as always, see you in the next one. Bye-bye.